We're teachers. Sister Pamela, welcome, welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. It is the top of the hour. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Les Brown. Good morning, good morning. Let me turn Les off so we can get have you with us again for another day, a part of our 13-day boot camp. 13-day boot camp. Welcome, welcome, Thomas. Assalamu alaikum, wa alaikum salam, Sister Pamela. 13-day boot camp today, ladies and gentlemen, is number 8. Number 8 of 13. And we're taking nuggets from each one of the modules that I have in my up-and-coming real estate training system. Looking at it right here, The Secrets to Wholesaling Real Estate, Volume 1 and 2. Right? It's audio download. Everything you need from A to Z on how to be a successful wholesale real estate entrepreneur investor and how to make $5,000 with no cash, no credit, no job, no education. You don't have to, be a high school dropout. You can have a felony, be a felon, have a criminal record. It doesn't matter. If you follow my system, follow my instructions, ladies and gentlemen, you can make $5,000 per month, right? Per month. And I show you how right here. All right. This is boot camp style. Just boot camp looks like. No cursing. Boot camp style. No holds barred. The good, the bad, and the ugly of wholesale. Thank you, Thomas. Wholesaling real estate. All right. And it's real estate plus a whole lot more. It's a whole lot in it than just wholesaling real estate. So you're going to get that here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you more about that later. Okay. Here's how you can reach me at DarrellMuhammad, Periscope and Twitter, DarrellMuhammad Fan, F-A-N, at Facebook. I want to tell you, go to this Facebook, my Facebook page, like it, hit notification or follow, and then that way you'll be abreast on what's happening within that group, within that fan page, all right? And here's my telephone number. If you have any questions, if you need some coaching, go ahead and give me a call, leave a message. I'll call you back at this number right here. This is not a Google number. This is my real number. Now, here's what you need to know. You need to go to this website. Enter your name and email address. Go to this website. Thank you for sharing your followers, Turk. All right. Go to this web address. Enter your name and email address. Why? Because that's where you're going to get all the information on the release of my training system. The release of it. It's going to be a live launch. A live launch right here on Periscope. You need to know the date and the time because things do change. Things do change. All right. So for Meerkat, the secrets with an S to wholesaling.com. You want to go there right now and get on the list. I got a special treat that I'm going to share with you if you're on that list. Some free stuff that I'm going to give away if you're on that list. And I'm going to do it right after this live stream. Okay, so let's get in it for the sake of time because we got a lot of information to cover. Today is day number 8, module number 8. Day number 8, module number 8. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is not all the content because it's just way too much content to try to share in 20 minutes. So today, module 8, number 8. Let me just read with you from my website what it says here. We're going to talk about how to write contracts, getting the right title company, signed offer, now what? Simultaneous close. We're going to try to cover all that in record time today in about 15 minutes, okay? Now, this module, I'll show you the critical elements of writing a contract or an offer. All right, my program takes the fear out of writing offers with my easy to fill out one-page agreement. You'll discover how to find an investor-friendly title company. You'll also learn what to do after you get a signed offer. I reveal my secret of how to get extra money out of every deal. Now that's worth 10 times whatever you're going to pay for this training program. All right. To end, I'll divulge the formula to set up a successful simultaneous close. So that's module 8, and we're going to just touch on much of that as we can right now, ladies and gentlemen. When I put my notes together, as always, 3 and 4 pages, and I'm trying to mic it down, but it's just impossible. All right, so let's get into it. We're talking about Module 8, and we're going to start off with getting the right title company or investor-friendly title company. Now, these are the pieces to the puzzle that have to fit. All right, they have to fit, ladies and gentlemen. So here's what you want to do. I would recommend that you look for a national title company or a nationwide title company in your area. Here in Houston, Texas, I use Stewart Title. They're, I think, one of the largest, not the largest title company in the country. They're all around the country, all right? So you find, if you have in your city, you look for a nationwide title company. Start there, all right? Start there. Now, and the reason why you want to do that is because you're going to be dealing, and I'm going to teach you how to locate owners that live outside of your area, outside of where the property is, in another state, right? And you don't want to inconvenience them. You want to make this transaction seamless, so smooth and so easy, right? You don't want to add bumps to the road. You want to move the bumps out of the way. So you do that by making it as easy as possible, and you want to use a investor-friendly nationwide title company, right? Because you don't want them to have to come from out of town, right? Drive, catch a plane, to fly to where you are, where the property is, to close the transaction, right? You don't want them to do that. You want to deal with a nationwide title company that's investor friendly, so they can go to the title company in their city and sign the contract, right? Sign the agreements. How easy is that, right? You're making it smooth, simple, and easy. See, an amateur real estate investor, they wouldn't do that. Right? They wouldn't think to have the foresight to do that. But you're going to have the foresight because I'm going to teach you what to do, how to do it. All right. So you want to make sure that it's a nationwide title company. Start there. Okay. For ease and simplicity. Stewart Title is the one I use. See if there's a Stewart Title in your city. And you don't have to call them right now, even though I cover that in the course. I cover in the course how do you identify a friendly title company and how to pick and choose what closing agent at that title company is best for you. The dialogue's in the course. I can't go into it as detail, but I explain it in full, what to say, who to call, what to say, what to ask them, to make sure that they understand the type of transaction you'll be doing. All right. So that's in the course. All right. So that's what you want to do. The title company is what it's called. Right. So we're looking for an investor friendly title company. We want to start off with a nationwide title company in our city to make it an easy transaction for the out of town owners, so they won't be inconvenienced, have to spend money to drive or fly to the city where the property is. The title company can have you sign the documents, send it to the title company office in their city. They sign it, send it back. Same thing with the check. All right. Makes sense? Now, that's number one. Number two is how to write an offer contract. How to write an offer or contract. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right. Let me just pull the one I use off my shelf real quick. I meant to grab it earlier. Where is it? Bear with me. I think I can put my finger on it in a matter of second. All right, here it is. Got it. Okay, so you want to keep it simple. You want to have a one-page offer, right? Let me tell you, when I first got started, you know, I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have a coach like you guys have, right? So I had to rationalize, which way should I go? What should I do? I said, okay, I know what I'll do. I'll use the real estate agent contract. I'll use the contract that the real estate agents use here in Houston. I'll use the Texas real estate. It's called promulgated form or some name, right? And I got a copy of it over there. 8 pages long, ladies and gentlemen. 8 pages long. So I started using that, and I couldn't do any deals. My deals would get bogged down. And so I started listening and reflecting on what the homeowners were telling me. right? And they all would tell me basically the same thing. Let me think about it. Let me review it, right? Let an attorney look at it, because it was 8 pages, right? So I started reflecting. I said, you know what? I think I know what the problem is. The problem is this page is too long. This contract is too long. And I had rationale why I used it. I don't want to get into it right now, but I realized it was too long. So what did I do? I came up with this 1 page. You see that? 1 page real estate sales agreement. All right. See how it is? Just 1 page, ladies and gentlemen. And it's big type. It's not small fonts. All right. So I used the 1 page. Keep it simple. They can read it. Less chances for confusion. Not big words that the attorneys that have the Texas real estate agent form has all these legalities and things of that nature. So I mic'd it down to 1 page. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, that made all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. We're talking about how to write an offer contract. It starts off with something simple, 1 page, right? And then the information that you put in. All right. I'm not going to go into details of it. I'll just mention, remember that previous Periscope I had? It was entitled the #1 most powerful phrase to use, or whatever I called it, right? And so you got to make sure on writing this agreement, writing this contract, it has that powerful phrase. And does anybody remember what that powerful phrase is? Anybody remember what it is? Put it right there at the bottom. What is that most powerful phrase that you want to make sure you have on every purchase agreement? Not sales agreement, purchase agreement. That phase is and or assigns. It's right here. Creative home buyers and or assigns. You see it right there? And or assigns. Right? And or assigns. And we went into details. Was it and or? Yeah, and or assigns, right. We went into details on the Periscope. You have to check those out once I post them up. But that's what you want to do. You want to put that in there. And then the other thing, we're talking about how to write an offer or a contract. If you're just joining, my name is DarrellMuhammad, real estate investor, mentor, coach, and trainer. Sharing with you day number 8 of 13-day boot camp, free boot camp. Giving you what you need to know, giving you nuggets out of my course. There's 13 modules here. I'm taking some nuggets out of each module and giving it to you free. All right? Giving it to you free. Because there is no lack in the universe, nothing but abundance. And go ahead and take it and use it, or listen and know that this course can make you money. All right? So, talking about how to write an offer. So this is how you write an offer. Now you have your legal stuff here, the legal description of the property, and then down, and you have your price and closing date and all that stuff. But down here they have something we call in the industry an escape clause or weasel clause. Escape clauses or weasel clause. All right. Now I'm not going to go into detail. That's in the audio. All right. That's on the audio. And I learned too, you just want to use 1 or 2, no more than 3 good ones. Because if you start putting too many clauses in there, then that raises up a red flag to the seller, and you're back to where I said before. Well, let me review it. Let me think about it. Let me run it by my cousin who's a real estate agent. Well, let me run it by this person. When they start doing that, ladies and gentlemen, you lose control of the transaction. That's not good. All right? That's not good. All right, because you leave it up to other things to happen. So we have a couple of clauses here, just one-liners. See, they're not paragraph. There's one-line clauses. We call them escape clause or weasel clauses. Why? Because it gives you the opportunity to back out of the deal if the numbers aren't right, right? In a lot of things. If the numbers aren't right, if the title's not right, if the owner not right, right? Those type of things. So it allows you to legally get out of the deal and get your earnest money back by using these escape clauses. Escape clauses. And ladies and gentlemen, I can just tell you from my years of Walaikum Salam, sister, of my years of being a real estate investor, entrepreneur, and a stockbroker, all contracts on a higher level, right? On a higher level of business, deals and business operations, all contracts have escape clauses, or they call them contingency clause. Yes, they will. They all, everything from A to Z is in the course, Sister Candace. Everything from A to Z. The only ingredient missing is you, your determination, and your persistence. That course has everything you need. It's like a recipe box, right? You don't buy a cake mix from the store, a recipe box of cake mix, Betty Crocker, whatever, from the store, for those who do that, right? Or macaroni box, and then thank you, and then wonder if it has everything you need. It tells you what you need. So that's all you need. In addition, thank you for that question, because a lot of people just want to know. It's all in there. It's all in there. All right. So we're talking about the contract, talking about what's in the contract. Oh, they call it a contingency clause. Contingency clause, right? Meaning that I will perform as agreed on this contract or agreement, contingent on these other things, right? It's not sneaky. It's not slick. Thank you very much, Turk. It's not slick. It's none of that stuff. It's none of that stuff, right? You have to protect yourself, because when money's involved, people, the truth gets lost, and all this other kind of stuff. Things start getting blurry when money is involved, right? So you always have to protect yourself, right? As they say, always watch your back. You better watch your back in business, right? Because things do happen intentionally or accidentally. But either way, it doesn't matter. You can still be harmed. All right. So that's the simplistics of how to write a contract. And then your signatures down here in the bottom. All right. And what else is there? All right. Signature down there at the bottom. Okay. Just one page, ladies and gentlemen. I've been using this for years and years and years. This is all that's required. It's not required, 10, 15. I mean, that real estate agent contract was 8 pages long, right? And the reason being is it has all those legalities to protect the real estate agent, right? Because that's the form that the Texas Real Estate Commission, that gives real estate agents their license. They have to use that form to protect the real estate agent, right? But here, it's just short and simple, ladies and gentlemen. 1 page. Make it simple, right? Make it simple. You can fax them to it. How much is your book? It's a course. You can fax it to it, and I'll give you information on where you can get it from here shortly. All right. So that's number 2. Moving right along. The last part not the last part. Okay. Running out of time. Now here's the question. It's part of module number 8. This is module number 8. Thanks for the invite, Thomas. Is what I have a signed offer. Now what? Darrell, I got a signed offer. I signed it. The owner signed it. Whoo, man, I'm excited, man. I'm about to make me some money. So here's what you have to do. Now it's time to get the contractors to estimate repair cost. Now it's time for you to have the investors to come out. The contractors to come out and do a walkthrough and give you a written estimate. A written estimate. We covered that yesterday in the due diligence, right? A written estimate, ladies and gentlemen. So that means when I get a signed offer, before I leave the property, I need a copy of the key. And I explain it to you. All that's on the course. When you get the key, how you get the key, what you tell the seller about the steps in the process, because you want to give them a picture. You just don't want to get a signed offer and then they don't know what's next. You have to let them know, okay, now here's what's next. Here's what I'm going to do. Boom, 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 boom. So I'm going to need a key so I can have constant access so my people can come in and start estimating repairs. And so when we go to the title company and close, then they'll be ready. Right? They'll be ready. So time to get contractors out at the property to give you estimates before you close. So as soon as you get the signed agreement, it's time for you to get on the phone and have contractors out there showing up the very next day. All right. It's also time to do your numbers. Right? Now it's time to do your numbers, to mic down your numbers, to firm up your numbers. You did some numbers initially, right, to come up with your mail to make the offer. All right. But here now you need to firm up your numbers. Now you need to determine how much you're going to sell the house for to the investor and how much money you're going to make, right? So the contractors are going to give you numbers, right? And you're going to verify them against your guesstimation. We talked about yesterday, guesstimations, estimations, guesstimations, right? Estimations, guesstimation. You're going to guess what it's going to cost, and then they're going to give you estimates, right? So you firming up your numbers. Now you're going to see how much you're going to sell a property for, which will determine how much you're going to make on your wholesale fee. Your wholesale fee, right? Now, since you already know the purchase price, we covered this yesterday, the 4 things. You know the purchase price, you know the repair price, you know the market value, sales comps, comparables, right? And now you know your fee. Now you do your fee. The fee is whatever is left, right? I don't factor in my fee. Okay, I want to make $5,000. That's the minimum I want to make. Here's another little caveat, right? What I do is I do all those other numbers. Yeah, I do a minimum of 5,000, but I just make sure that the numbers are low enough to cover the 5,000 I want to make minimum. This is an actual check. It's not any expenses out of it, right? So what I do is I back out the numbers. Why do you do it that way, Darrell? Because that way, if you leave whatever's left to determine how much your wholesaling fee is, then guess what? If it's sometimes going to be more than 5,000. You negotiated the sales price right. You overestimated on your repair costs. You underestimated the sales comps. Right? All that's extra money. When you underestimate, right, and you negotiate a lower price, a good price up front, all that's extra money. So when you back out the numbers, you'll end up noticing you have more than $5,000 that you can pay yourself. You have 7, 9, 10, 12. The biggest deal that I've done was $31,000 wholesale deal. Not fix up and sell, wholesale. All right, now I'll tell you that this Saturday on the webinar. All right, so now it's time to market the property. You got your numbers down, you mic'd them down. Okay, you know exactly how much you want to sell it for. You know what it's going to cost to repair it, blah, blah, blah. So now it's time to market the property. Now I go into full details, ladies and gentlemen, in the course. All right, this is just giving an idea, a peek, a glimpse of what's in here. All right, but here's what you want to do. You put ads in your local paper. All right. I have flyers in the course. That I've used. You want to put ads in your paper, right? In your major paper and one of the less expensive papers, right? The free papers that, the papers that are free in your city. Thrifty, Nickel, here is Green Sheet. Your city may have one, it may not have one, but you definitely want to do the major newspaper. Now, you say, Darrell, I don't have any money. No money, no credit, no job. Okay, here's what you do. You make up some flyers. Surely you can borrow enough money to make up flyers. All right. And then you take 100 of those flyers to your local real estate investor association club meeting. Talked about that before, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's in the course. You go to the club meeting and you pass out flyers and you get to know who the investors are, who buy wholesale deals. Who buys them, get their number, and you work them on the phone. You pass out your flyer, you get their number, and you work them on the phone. Right? Now, those just 2 of the things that you can do to market your property. All right? 2 of the things. Now, the course, of course, goes into many, many, many different ways. At least 10 other ways that you can market your property. Very creative ways that you would never think about on your own. All right. That you'll never think about on your own. That's just 2 ways, but there's at least 10 more ways where you can market your property. Because remember, $5,000 in 30 days. All right. Moving right along. Page number 3. All right. Simultaneous close, ladies and gentlemen. Now this is where the magic happens, right? This is the simultaneous close. You're at the title company, right? You have your investor contract. You have your contract signed by the person you're buying it from, and you have the contract signed by the investor, right? You've done your numbers. You firmed them up. Everybody are in agreement, and you're looking at, I'm about to make $5,000 off this deal. Now it's time to bring it all together. Now it's time to put that glue right in between the two pieces so it can stick. It can come together and everybody can get paid. Right? Simultaneous close. This is what happens at the title company, ladies and gentlemen. This is where the magic happens. This is where you get paid. This is where you start getting excited. All right. I learned in sales, right? The sale is never done until the check clears or cashes. Let me say it again. The deal is never done until the check cashes. Period. Don't matter, you get it signed off. It doesn't matter. Listen, just listen to what I'm telling you. Take my word. If I'm gonna be your coach, you have to trust me until proven otherwise, right? All right. The deal is not done until the check clears. Clears, right? So almost get excited here. So here's a definition, my definition of a simultaneous close. Simultaneous means two things are happening at the same time. So you're closing on two real estate transactions on the same property. 123 Apple Street. 123 Apple Street. That's the property. Right? Now listen very carefully. Right? So transaction number one, closing number one at the title company is going to be the owner and DarrellMuhammad as the buyer. Closing number two, right, at the title company is going to be DarrellMuhammad as the seller, investor as the buyer. You see how that comes together? Right? That's simultaneous closing. Two transactions happening simultaneously at the same time, are very close together on that one property. Okay? Now, I've closed, within hours. Did the simultaneous close within hours of each other? Or no more than days of each other? Right? Maybe because my investor couldn't come on the same day as the seller came to the title company. He can get there a day after. All right. Now I go into details on what to do, what not to do. You don't want everybody be at the title company at the same time in the same closing room in the conference room signing off. You don't want to do that. We want to keep everything separate. You like to say, you don't want the right hand to know what the left hand's doing. If you understand that phrase, that's what we're talking about. All right. So that's simultaneous closing. Two transactions, same property happening at the same time or very close together. That's where the magic happens, ladies and gentlemen. That's where you get paid. Right? That's where after everything's done, a check goes to the title company. Title company takes the check from the investor, gives what was agreed upon to the seller, the homeowner, right? And you keep the difference. You keep the difference. Simultaneous close. Now let me ask you a couple of questions here. How long have you owned the property? A couple hours to just a few days. How much money did you invest? How much money did you invest? Did you invest any money? No. How much money did you risk? If there's no money invested, there's no money risked, right? All right. Did you fill out any applications for the loan? Did you fill out any loan applications at the top, at the mortgage company, at the bank? Right? Did you do any of that? No, you didn't. All right. Now, did they check your credit? Did you have to get a credit check? Nope. All right. Did they ask you if you ever been arrested? Do you have a criminal record? Do you have a felony? Did they ever ask you that, ladies and gentlemen? They never asked you any of those questions. That's the beauty of wholesaling real estate. You're not asked any of those questions. It's not any risk on the table. You didn't risk any money. For some of you smart ones, you say, what about the earnest money? You don't have to put down any earnest money. Put $10. Nope, there's no law says it has to be a certain percentage. Real estate agents will tell you that. But as an investor, there is no law says it has to be 1%, 10%. No, It can be $10. $10. Now, as I teach you in my training, when you find a investor-friendly title company, on my contract, I have $100 and I never send it to them. And if they want their $100, they take it out of my proceeds, my $5,000. If they just want it, but I found that they never ask for it because, you know, they don't get the $100 earnest money. See, the title company don't get it. It's not a fee that they keep, so they can really care less. They can really care less. That money goes to the owner, the seller of the house at closing, right? That's subtracted from the total amount that you agreed to pay them. But they just pay the full amount to the title company, so you don't ever have to worry about the earnest money if you have the right title company and the right closing agent and you have a good relationship with them. Right? Everything's about relationships, ladies and gentlemen. All right? So that's module number 8. All right, that's module number 8. Day number 8 of our 13-day boot camp. Right? Module number 8 of our 13-day boot camp. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you can reach me. At DarrellMuhammad on Periscope and Twitter. At DarrellMuhammad at Periscope and Twitter. Now, I'm trying to help out as many people as I can with free coaching up and until the release of my training system, because then I'll have to have my time for my paid students. Now, call this number right here if you have some questions. Call this number if I can be of any help. One question, leave me that one question on my voicemail. Name, contact information, and your level of experience. Your level of experience, ladies and gentlemen. A sign of a good student is one that follows instructions to the detail, to the T. All right? That's sending the right message to your coach, mentor, or trainer. All right? So dial this number, leave me a message, and I will call you back. I didn't get an email for the webcast for Saturday. You're going to get it as soon as I get off. I was preparing that. That's going out. Don't worry about it, Thomas. You'll get it in a few minutes. Thanks for asking. All right. Now, to stay abreast on what he's talking about. Thanks for the segue, Thomas. All right. Last Saturday, we had a private webinar. This Saturday, we're going to have another private webinar. And then Wednesday, our last webinar, our third webinar, will be Wednesday. Right. But here's how you need to do. Why does Thomas know about it? Because Thomas has done this. Thomas has gone to this website and entered his name and email address because Thomas doesn't want to miss anything. Thomas is looking to make a change in his life for himself, his family, and his community, right? So what Thomas did, he went to this website, entered his name and email address, and it put you on my special VIP notification list to keep you abreast on everything that's happening around this launch, right? Everything that's happening around this launch. I'll keep you posted about what's happening with the 13-day boot camp. Any changes, right? Because you need to know about it. You need to know about it, okay? All right, so go to this website, enter your information so you can find out about the live event. The live event that's going to take place right before Thanksgiving. It's going to be a live launch. We're going to launch it here on Periscope, all right? So spread the word, everybody. Get the word out. All right, let me just tell you something that I've learned and I know for a fact. You're going to make other people successful before you become successful. See, we have this thing all backwards. We want to become successful. We don't want to help nobody else out. We want to grudgingly help out other people. But we expect mammon from heaven to open up and fall on us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just here to tell you that's not how it works. It's not going to work. It's never going to work. It doesn't matter how nice you are. The universe now is set up that way. Until you make up in your mind and understand how success works in general and specific, then you'll always be scratching and clawing and wondering why you're not getting more than what you're getting. You're going to help make other people successful before you become successful. So go ahead and do what you need to do. Help other people. Share this broadcast, right? Share this live stream. Share when you get the email link about the Saturday webinar. Blast it out to your friends. Just click forward on your email and send it out to your friends. All right? The blessing is not based on if they receive. The blessing is based on if you give. If you give. All right? So You'll find out more about the live event that's taking place to launch this training program, The Secrets to Wholesaling and Real Estate, Volume 1 and 2. 1 and 2. All right. It's downloadable, so don't look for anything in the mail. It's downloadable. 13 hours, boot camp style, no holds barred, just cut and dry. This is what you do. This is what you need to do. That's it. Right? The good, the bad, and the ugly of real estate. That's what this is. It's going to teach you how to make $5,000 within your next 30 days. If you follow what I tell you to do, right, and you be an A student, you will make $5,000 within the next 30 days. I'm going to cover how that happens this Saturday. I'm going to show you how that happens, how that can happen for you, not in theory, but actual days and activity and what you need to do to make this happen. I'm going to show you that this Saturday on the webinar. So make sure you go to thesecretstowholesaling.com, get on the list. Make $5,000, ladies and gentlemen. No credit, no job, no education, high school dropout. You can be a repeat offender, right? You can have a felony, be a felon, can't vote, can't move into certain apartment complexes. You can't, get a loan, a mortgage, right? You can't get government assistance of any kind, even though you're trying to get back on your feet. But you can become a real estate wholesaler and make $5,000 a month over and over and over and over and over and over again, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you can do with this program. That's what I'm going to show you how to do. But you got to put in the work. You have to do the heavy lifting. I've done the lifting to get it produced and get it out to you. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the launch that's coming up right before Thanksgiving. You get on the list. Now, here's something for those that are like me, that don't want to wait. I hate to wait. Only reason why I wait it's because of me. Because it's something I can't do right now. But if I can do it, I want it now. Right? I want it now. Here's what you got to do, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is right here. If you want to get an early release of this training program, meaning you can get it now. When? Now. Then text to this number, send me the link. Text to this number, send me the link. Meerkat, text to 713-817-5952, send me the link. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, I'm going to have to cut it off early, this offer of getting a copy of the early release. Why? Because I just got an order that came in this morning before it's 20 minutes till. All right. Before this training today, and I can't take any more. I can probably only take 2 more orders. I can only take 2 more orders, and then I'll have to save the rest for the live launch. All right. So if you're on the fence, ladies and gentlemen, get off the fence. Birds that sit on the fence too long get shot. That's what I used to do when I was a little boy growing up with my BB gun, right? So if you're on the fence, get off the fence. Either get on the side of conviction and action, and you're going to do it, or get on the other side of the fence that you're not going to do it. Stop torturing yourself. All right? Stop torturing yourself. It's not going to make any difference either way with me. It's going to make all the difference with you. Right? So go ahead, because I can probably only sell 2 more pre-sale, 2 more pre-release. And then I'm going to have to shut it down, cut it off. All right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry for taking you over. Got excited. This stuff is getting real good. I try to give you as much as I can within 20 minutes, and we'll just try to do better. And thank you for being with us. And watch it on the replay. Share it on the replay. Show some hearts on the replay. Share, ladies and gentlemen. Share, share, share. Right? Share, share, share. Share this training, because it can bless somebody else. And when you give to them and they are blessed, then that multiplies your blessing. All right. So until next time, we see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, your community deserves your very best. All right, everybody on the list, look out for an email for the Saturday webinar. You're going to get the registration in your email box within the next 20 minutes. And also, I got that surprise to give you. All right. And that's coming your way here in the next day or so. All right. See you guys tomorrow for module number 9. Man, we're burning through this stuff. Module number 9 of 13. All right. Take care, everybody. God bless. All right, Meerkatters, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for showing up. And that's what's going on. That's what we're doing. All right, that's what we're making happen. That's what we're getting done. Join us. The Secrets to Wholesaling. The Secrets to Wholesaling.com. Join us on this journey. It's going to be exciting.